This podcast is brought to you by Convo Cloth, the official clothing apparel of the NBC podcast. For the latest apparel, please go to www.nothingbutconvos.com. Now, let's get into the latest episode of the NBC podcast with your boy, S. McCann. What's good, people?
Nothing like it.
It's the NBC podcast with your boy, S. McCann. This is episode 28, Eagles Week 11 review. And in this week, we smashed the New Orleans Saints 40-29. We ran the ball 50 times this game against the number one rushing defense in the league. So this team is progressing up. And in these last games, the only team that we do play with a winning record is the Cowboys. And so in this episode, I break down the standout players in this game, what we did in this game to win, and our Week 12 opponent, the Giants. Sit back, relax, let's get it. So this week, Week 11, against the New Orleans Saints, Eagles 40, Saints 29. We could have scored more points this game. Nick Sirianni took his foot off the gas, which he can't do in this league, because once you do that, this is still the NFL, and that other team might wake up and could come back. In this game, we ran the ball 50 times. 50. And from the beginning of the season until now, if you would have told me, do you think we would run the ball 50 times this season, I probably would have said no. But if it's working, keep on doing it. Everybody knows the saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And with this team right now, keep on winning these football games and do what you do. Don't try to do what everybody else is doing. Do what you do, because no one in this league is running the ball 50 times. And there was one other team that would run the ball 50 times, and that was the Tennessee Titans. And they lost their star running back to a foot injury, I believe. And so now they have a running back by committee or whatever. And now Tannehill has to throw the ball a little bit more than he's used to. But they are winning some games, so you can't knock what they're doing. But they got a good team. They got receivers, tight ends, quarterback is good. So they're going to win games. But in this game, how it factored down to one player controlling the game on offense. And that was Jalen Hurts. He's progressing up because you're helping him out with the running game. 85% of the offense is not going through him now. He's getting help. You have to help out your young quarterback. As I say, in all of the weeks prior to this pod, I always say you have to help that young quarterback out so he can progress, because all the young quarterbacks in this league, from the Peyton Mannings to Drew Brees to Aaron Rodgers, they had a running game. Then they progressed to be that good thrower. But you have to treat this team, this quarterback, just like Seattle treated Russell Wilson. You already know he's smart. Jalen Hurts. He's doing stuff on the field that no other quarterback can do other than Lamar Jackson, obviously. But other quarterbacks can't do what he do out here on the field. He's opening up running lanes for all of the running backs with that read option. That D end doesn't know, should he take the running back? Should I take Jalen Hurts? He's freezing the linebackers. And then now you don't know when you should blitz, when you should play man coverage, when you should play zone coverage. You don't know, because you have that wild card in the quarterback. And that's what the league is going to. You have to have a mobile quarterback. The exception is a Tom Brady, where that was going to be the prototypical quarterback coming out. They want them to be like Tom Brady. They want them to be like a Peyton Manning. That ain't it no more. You need to have a running, mobile quarterback. Not to run it every time, but to just freestyle out there and to get out harm's way. Just like Pat Mahomes. He out there freestyling. Lamar Jackson, something break down, he's making a play. That's what you need. You need these athletes. But they're quarterbacks, because they played quarterback throughout their whole career. And it's not like you putting a running back there to play quarterback. No, they've been playing quarterback. They just use their talent, their athletic ability to make plays. Jalen Hurts, he was 13 of 24, 147 yards, 0 TDs, 0 interceptions. That's a big one, going against a good defense like that. To get 0 interceptions, no turnovers, that's exceptional from a young quarterback. Rushing the ball, Miles Sanders. In the beginning of this game, he was not hitting the hole. He was dancing a little bit. Can't do that. You got to hit that hole. And so he carried the ball 16 times, 94 yards, 5.9 yards a carry. And it was with ease. You seen the talent. You seen the speed. You seen how gifted he is as a runner. You've seen this, where you looked at what he was doing out there and you said, why wasn't we running the ball earlier in the season? Who knows? That's a mystery. Jalen Hurts, 18 carries, 69 yards, 3.8 yards a carry, 3 touchdowns. So he didn't have touchdowns throwing the ball, but he had touchdowns running the ball. And I always said it doesn't matter how you get the touchdown, as long as you score. And that's what your quarterback or your team should go by. I don't care how we score points. As long as we score more points than the opposition, I don't care where these touchdowns come from. He had 3 of them. Jordan Howard, before he went out with his injury, knee injury. He had 10 carries, 63 yards, 6.3 yards a carry. Boston Scott came in there. He had 6 carries, 16 yards, 2.7 yards a carry. Receiving, like I said every week, it should be the Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith show, which it was. That's all you should be passing to. And someone else should be getting in the mix, but we'll get them in the mix because someone else does need to step up. Dallas Goedert, 5 receptions, 62 yards, 12.4 yards a reception. Devontae Smith, 4 receptions, 61 yards, 15.2 yards a reception. JJ, 1 big crucial reception for a first down, 23 yards. Boston Scott, 2 receptions, 2 yards. Quez didn't get the ball this game. Jalen Reagor had 1 reception, -1 yard. And in this game, he looked like he was scared to play. It seems like he doesn't have the speed. I don't know what's going on with him. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the quickness that we seen him play in college. He doesn't have the awareness as a receiver. And, hey, he might be out there blocking, run blocking. There was a lot of, runs called that game, 50. And so you got to be engaged, and maybe he's engaged in the game, but I just don't see him being an Eagle in the future just because I don't even think he's getting open. And maybe he is. Maybe we don't trust him to catch the ball and all of that, but I don't know. It's just a disappointment. Jalen Reagor is a disappointment. Defense, TJ Edwards was balling. In the beginning of the season, our linebacking core was terrible, but they have been coming alive these past couple weeks, still getting ate up by the tight end. But TJ Edwards been one of those dudes that's been balling. And they rewarded him with a 1-year extension, $3.2 million. And I like that. Keep him around there, but he's been doing his thing at the middle linebacker spot. Another deal that we made right after the Dallas Goedert deal was Maddox, Avonte Maddox. Signed him, locked him up 3 years, $22.5 million extension, $7.5 million a year. That's not bad for your slot corner. That does everything for you. Covers tight ends. He can go out on the outside, play corner, inside corner, play safety. He's all over the field. To me, that was a good signing because I like Avonte Maddox. The defense, this game and last game, they've been doing more of playing press man, jamming the receiver at the line type of defense. They blitzed more this game, and it was on the money. See, when you play in the NFL, you have to understand where offenses look at tape of what you did previously. And so previously, in those other weeks, we weren't blitzing our opposition. So they don't know or have anything on tape of us blitzing multiple blitzes, corner blitzes, certain things they don't have on tape, so they don't know what we're doing. And so I think that's a positive for us going forward because we need to blitz. Here's what I found. We need to blitz more because of our linebackers can't cover that good on the tight end. But we'll see going forward. Another player on defense that I say every week, playing at an all-pro, Pro Bowl level, Slay. Got another pick six. Took it to the house. Showed the speed. He might be Defensive Player of the Year, man. If we get to make the playoffs and our defense is balling and he's getting picks, fumble returns, shutting down his side of the field, following the best receiver, he's getting Defensive Player of the Year. He has 3 touchdowns this year, 3 TDs. Jalen Reagor has 3 TDs his whole career. That's bad. Devontae Smith, first year in the Eagles uniform, 4 TDs, 600 and something yards, and he's on pace to get 1,000. Just in 11 weeks in the NFL, he has more yards and touchdowns than Jalen Reagor. Was that a bad pick? We all know it was. We could have had Jefferson from Minnesota, but it's like rolling the dice when you drafting players. But Justin Jefferson was there, and he was, I don't think you wasn't rolling the dice. You knew he was nice. But you took a chance on Jalen Reagor. My main standout player this game, well, 2. Oh, maybe 3. I like what Miles Sanders did on the ground. He was doing his thing. I just loved what Slay's been doing this whole year on shutting his side down, getting picks, returning turnovers, making them touchdowns. I think he's going to be a Defensive Player of the Year if he stay healthy and we make the playoffs. It's a lock for him. But the future of the Philadelphia Eagles at quarterback should be Jalen Hurts. He's giving you everything you need right now that you're asking him to do. And the progression you see each week, he's going up. He's shooting up. The team is rallying behind him. Jordan Mailata is going to battle for him, fighting D-ends and everything. Come on. If y'all don't see that, he's doing whatever it takes to win football games. That's what you want. That's what Mike Vick used to do. He used to go out there and do his thing to win football games. Doesn't matter if he threw the ball. Didn't matter if he ran the ball. It didn't matter to Mike Vick. He was a football player to win football games. He's a QB too, but he wanted to win football games. And this kid, that's all he wants to do is win football games. But everybody's looking at, well, he's not passing. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. Are you winning? That's the main thing. And how are you winning? Because we scoring 40 points. We've been scoring points this year. So I don't understand, what does he need to look like for the organization to say we're going to move with Jalen Hurts as our future franchise quarterback from here on out. I don't know. Maybe they need to see more of him because there's no quarterbacks in this draft. And to me, you trading away 3 picks for who? Rodgers? That's getting up there in age. For who? Russell Wilson? Who's getting up there in age. He's still nice, but who knows? For Deshaun Watson, where he didn't want to come to Philly. He wouldn't waive his no trade clause to come here anyway. He wants to go to Miami. So what are you looking for? You got it. The quarterback position is all about that quarterback making that progression to the next level of his position. Peyton Manning didn't have everything his first, second year or whatever. You got to play games. You got to see football. You got to see blitzes. You got to see defenses. You got to study. You got to do all of that while you're a starting quarterback in the league to figure it out, to get to that level. It's not microwave. It's not microwave popcorn. You're not going to get it right away. You've seen Josh Allen struggling. We've seen in the beginning of the year Pat Mahomes struggling. But they're going to figure it out. They're going to hit a wall. They're going to struggle. But you got to still have faith. You got to give them all the confidence in the world that they can do their job. That's what you have to do. And so this week, against the Giants, division game, this game is a winnable game on the road. We've been a good road team. We know playing the Giants, Washington, and the Cowboys is always tough. But if we continue to do what we do, run the ball, play action, getting Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, and if someone else can step up in that receiving category, the ball, I think we can win this game. And that'll put us at 6-6. Dallas is at 7-4. Who knows what might happen? Who knows? And so with that, people, it's a wrap. 1.
Nothing like it.
So that was episode 28, Eagles Week 11 review. So in this week, in this pod, I broke down what we did against the Saints, how we won that game, standout players in that game, and what we should do this week against the Giants. But who knows? This is a division game, and that game could be tough. And all we've seen in these past 4 weeks is our team progressing to win these football games. And like I said in the past, who knows? It's any given Sunday, and it seems like we're in the right direction, that we can make the playoffs, and everything is on us to do that. And so with that, people, fly Eagles fly, stay safe, give respect, and show love. 1. Make sure you go listen to all old and new NBC podcast episodes on all podcasting platforms. And please go to www.nothingbutconvos.com for the latest apparel.